AlphaDestiny, and today I'm bringing you a part 2 interview with Meckanimal. For those who don't know, I've been following for years, and he's a guy that I highly recommend you all subscribe to. Real deal, natural muscle, being an overall badass athlete.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
And the one thing that I was gonna ask, the way you do the max effort, right? You know, you go to 100%, and then you get you go to the max effort, and then you get 90% for three repetitions of 90%, right? So that's where you back down whenever you do a max effort.
I used to do that, like 3 sets of 1 at 90%, or you do a triple or a 5. But now I don't do that anymore. I do 3 attempts, max effort, and then I back it down, usually to 70%. And I'll do rep work with that. I go straight into volume after the max effort.
Oh, so you use the same movement, and you go straight to volume with that same movement.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. So you don't use a different exercise to do the volume. So it's still fine then to do volume right away after?
I found it was fine. I thought for a long time that it was wrong. I would always, if I was doing max effort, then the back off work would be low reps. But after experimenting with the higher reps, I didn't notice any interference. I still got just as strong, but by getting less beat down as well. What's cool is that you can set the percentages perfectly because you just maxed out on that lift. So now you know that you're not guessing.
Yeah, so you use a percentage. So you don't back down to 90% and do the set of 3 for 90. Because I only do one set of 3. Yeah. Whenever I back down from the max effort, because that's what I learned from reading on the conjugate style. I'm a site, but looking around for you, for example, I've seen you try to do 3 set of 3 with 90% or so. I mean, can you do 3 set of 3 right after the max effort?
I used to do that, yeah, and it worked great.
Yeah, so it won't be overreaching. No. Trying to do that much volume right after the max effort. It will still be fine then?
You'll be fine. As long as you sleep and eat correctly, and most importantly, rotate the movements, you'll be okay.
So you did 3 set of 3 with what percentage?
Well, sometimes you don't even need a percentage. You can just base it off.
You just go whatever feels.
Kind of know. You know your body at a certain point.
Whatever. Yeah, and I noticed also that on the way calisthenics, the loads, like in 90% of the max, will pretty much be as close as to the max whenever you back down. You won't be able to do 2 or 3. There is no way, like at least on the way they pull up. On the way deep is at most 2 repetitions. I never got to do 3. But however, on deadlift and squat, I was always able to do like the 3 when everything is great. And most of the time, I managed to do 3 repetitions, 90% of my max. But sometimes when it's kind of I'm a little overreach. Maybe when I push too hard to reach max, maybe when I had many new max, then I may do 2 repetitions on the 90%. But from experience on the lower body, I was able to get the numbers at 90%. However, on the upper body, even 1 repetition, it feels like the max, even when you back down by 10% or so.
I think you're right about that, because even if you do 70% after doing weighted dips, it feels heavier than that. I found, and I don't know, maybe it's because all of us are calculating it wrong, right? There's 2 ways you can approach it. You can say
adding your weight, subtracting
you can base it off that, right?
I've done those as well, and it can be different when you so like adding your body weight, using the percentage of it, and then to restore you subtract your body weight, and do those so you can know the increment go. And that's one reason why I wanted to work with Baki, so I can see obviously his programming is working. So I want to see in a certain amount of time how much he's able to put on, right? Weights wise, tonnage wise, compared to me having used the conjugate. Because like on the squat, for example, I think it's 445 as of now on the low bar and 440 on the high bar. So I'm within 40 to 45 pounds that I put on within the last 10 months. So I'm sure before I'm done, I will reach 455 pretty much sometime next week. I'm definitely sure that I will reach that. So I'll put at least 50 pounds within a year. So I don't really know what's the reasonable, what's overachieved, and what's actually lagging. Granted that every individual is different. Some people have a hard time really putting on thing and just the way it's gonna be for them. So this will give me an idea of, how to approach thing. And no, don't hurt baby. So that's Sava Sava. Don't pull his leg. No. Trying to put it, they're gonna break his leg.
My God.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.